My back almost broken from landing on the steel steps. And I went home to Scotland. The reason I went home, and I haven't really talked about it publicly, is because a very close family member passed away. Some people are probably feeling sympathy right now. Maybe some of the guys in the locker room are saying to each other, I didn't know. Maybe if you cared enough, you would have asked. Over these past 2 months, guess how many people phoned me to check, not how I was doing mentally, how I was doing physically after all that violence at Hell in a Cell. One person. These past 17 years, I've been led to believe we're all a big, happy family in the back. We're brothers and sisters, we travel the world together, we spend more time with each other than we do with our actual families. But it's all BS. My brother John in Scotland wouldn't stab me in the back to take my spot, but people like Jimmy, Jey, and Sami 100% would. This proves my point. After watching the horrible things that Jey and his family did to people like me, he says, I'm a changed man. He does a little cute hand sign. He says a stupid made-up word, and you just forget about it, and you move on. That's the other thing I realized. I have given and given and given all this time. You turned on me for someone that had been gone for years that told you to go screw yourself, and I kept fighting for you. I believe deep down you believed in me, so I believed in you. And I bled out at Hell in a Cell when I was gone. You instantly forgot about me. So from now on, I will give no more for anybody. Drew McIntyre is going to take, and I will continue to tell the truth. The truth is the real villains in WWE are Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And if you choose to prop them up, I mentioned their names already. Jey, Jimmy, Sami, for instance. The things Roman did to you, he comes back, he took a vacation, they cheer for him, he snaps his fingers, you're right back by his side. It is pathetic. I suggest everybody that ever wronged Drew McIntyre sleeps with one eye open, because I am coming for you.
Scotland, I thought like everybody else, you were recovering from one of the most vicious Hell in a Cell matches of all time. I know that's what I thought. I know that's what all the guys and the girls in the back thought. I know that's what all the fans thought. Okay? So whether you want to believe that or not, that's up to you. Okay? But I'm going to level with you here for a sec. You talked about your 17 years, 22 years in the game, all right? Everything that you talked about, I went through it. You want to talk about loss? I've had loss. Trust me, I've had loss. That I've had to put on the side and go to work the same week. The sacrifices you're talking about, the birthday parties, the weddings, the funerals that you should have been at, but you weren't. I've done them all. I missed them all. I put unnecessary stress on my wife, on my kid. I do that too. You know why? Because this is the life that you and I chose. We are WWE superstars. And we are lucky to be WWE superstars. And you think this is just your story or my story? You know who else has stories like this? Every single person sitting in these stands, every single person watching at home, the kids who struggle at school, the people who struggle at work, they struggle economically, financially, physically, they have their losses, they have their sacrifices, but they still get up every day and do what they gotta do to soldier on and get through the day without pointing the finger at everybody else. And then you would turn around and you would actually point the finger at them and say they forgot about you. Brother, they didn't forget about you. They made you. And you still think the world revolves around you because once upon a time when you were a kid, someone told you that you were the chosen one. But I got news for you, Drew. Just because you're mad doesn't make you special. And now you want to think that everybody else, what everybody else does is somehow tied to you? Guess what? What Jey Uso does has nothing to do with you. What Jey Uso does has nothing to do with you. What Sami Uso does has nothing to do with you. But Drew, if you want to still walk around angry all the time, point the finger at them, at me, at Jimmy, at Jay, at Punk, at Roman, you want to still be mad about the bloodline after all this time, fine, no one's stopping you. You still have a problem with the bloodline. I have no problem being your problem right now and facing you in this ring right now.
Want to know the truth? It isn't just anger. My anger comes from a place of pain, and I don't doubt everything you just said is your truth. And there was so much passion in it, but it's not the full truth. You have a way of spinning things. You can fly back home every week to your family and be with them. I'm across the world. The people of Boston are never going to leave Boston. They're with their family 24/7. I don't have that luxury. So I'm going to remain calm. I'm going to look you in the eye and tell you the truth. Why do you want this fight? You know the result. We have wrestled time and time and time again, and you have never beaten Drew McIntyre. So I suggest, because I've heard you're not 100% healthy tonight, and I saw your wife and kid in the back, I suggest you walk back there, you take their hand, and you leave this arena because of everyone in the bloodline. You're the least of my worries.
Well, you're definitely right about a couple of things. When it comes to wins and losses, you've got my number. You're right about that. And I'm not 100%. I haven't been 100% for a couple of weeks since Saturday night's main event. You're right about that too. And you're right, the smart thing to do would be to go home and just celebrate and try to get healthy over the holidays. But I would just so much rather do this